Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're continuing on with the Satisfactory. As you remember, we finished this last episode. That way we could get all these items put through on the dimensional depot. That way I can craft from anywhere. Sometimes I do have to wait a bit because it can only load up so fast. Any extra resources that we create that doesn't fit in the dimensional depot or isn't being used to craft anything else all get sent to the overflow. That way the factory's all constantly running and we get some free points to use in the awesome sink, which you can see I recently used some, so we're up to already 10 from there. But yeah, modular frames, rotors, plates, any extra over here goes towards that. I haven't done that to the rods or screws. I could possibly do that. I'd have to create another one. But yeah, that's where we were last episode. In between episodes, and I just realized this is glitching through a rock. See if I can fix that real quick. I'm gonna be able to create that, connect that to there. That'll work. Now it's glitching through the floor, because why not? So we get it to stand up here. And then connect there. There we go, problem solved. And now I have a bunch of rotors in my inventory, or stators, which I'll probably just send to like the awesome sink or something. I'm just constantly making them so I can put them somewhere else. I've just been grabbing food. I've been fighting a lot of aliens and other neighbors. Let's see, how are we doing on this guy? Yeah, this guy's almost backed up completely. And this guy will soon back up, then all the stairs will only be going there. Between episodes, I did work on some things. If I can get over there real quick. I needed another item to help create from far distance. That way I didn't have to keep returning back to base or have to handcraft. Over here, I diverted some quick wire or some caterium over here to be turned into quick wire and sent over here. Actually, it's consuming it faster than I thought. Neat. That works for me. But it comes over here and mixes with some copper sheets, which I found a copper node down there, which I'll show real soon. And this will automatically create AI limiters. This is so that I can just build any smart splitters whenever I need. It's all in the dimensional depot. Ooh, more food. But yeah, I found the copper node over here and used it to create copper sheets, a copper sheet factory. There's that. The rest of the AI limiters after the storage backs up is sent over to the awesome sink, which I still need to power, as I just found out today. There we go. And we're still looking good on power. Today we're actually going to improve it a little bit. You'll see what we're going to do in a little bit. Let me just head back to the hub. Oh yeah, I also started sending reanimated Sam into the awesome sink since it was just sitting there, and I haven't started automatically putting it into become Sam fluctuator or something like that. Before we go anywhere, I want to grab some quick steel items if I am able to. Yep, looks like it's backing up here. The steel pipes are not backed up anymore, so we'll have to work on that. And then over here, I'm still good on some steel pipes, but the encased industrial beams I'd like to grab some of. There we go, just to be on the safe side. These aren't working because the steel is still being slow. So then we'll head over to what I want to work on. And let me just travel over there real quick. I almost forgot to show you guys this factory. So I found a coal node over there and a what's it called? Sulfur node. And so I decided, since now that I can craft explosives, I should make some for when I need them to get rid of the toxic spots and help me fight certain enemies, as I found it a little easier to fight those with explosives. But put the sulfur and coal together to make black powder. As you can see, it's all backed up. I haven't put that to an awesome sink yet. I probably will. But then I turned the black powder and the steel pipe into the explosive Noblisk, which then I can use this guy with to start blowing things up. Can show a quick demonstration over here. I've already started blowing lots of things up, so I can throw over there and then blow it up. And as you can see, I have a lot of them. I'm mainly letting this thing just sit here, probably not going to connect it to an awesome sink solely so that the steel pipes can back up again. So we'll let those run. Let me head over to our today's project site and I'll be back. I've made it to where I'm building. It's all the way over here at this pool, and this is the oil extractor. So we're going to be working on making fuel, plastic, rubber, and all those types of things. I already connected all of them. We got an impure over there, we got 2 pures up there, we got a normal here, and then a normal and an impure. And I've combined the pipes, or at least tried to combine the pipes, so that way I could have it where if I went bonk my head on here, I could get a bird's eye view. I took the normal, split it amongst 2 pures, that way it was 60 and 60 plus 240, making each 300, which is the exact amount that the pipe can handle. I also took in one other pure and mixed it in with the impure, which is 60, so then it made it a 300 as well. You can see how I put the numbers. We got, let's see, got the 120 right here from the normal. We got a 240 from a pure, and then I split it to get 60 and 60. I'm hoping once I unlock the valve, I can make that flow better. But we got another 60 here, another 240, so that makes it 300. And then this is a 240 plus a impure 60, which makes all of this a 300, 300, 300, and a 120. Now I'll be trying to split that up into the required refineries and creating the different items, all of which require water with different recipes. So I'll just try to design up a good power plant slash oil product plant and start unlocking more of the milestones. Eventually I'm gonna get the fluid packaging system, because I did design a modular with some fluid packaging in mind. That way I can use that instead of the biofuel for the jetpack, which it should be a little better, I think. So let me start building this out and I'll be back. Okay, I finished with the basic setup. I changed around some of the flooring, and I've set up to where there is 2 6 lanes and then a 5 lane of the refineries. This is so that way we can have one 300 lane or 300 pipe go into here, or it will be on that side, and then we can split off half the 120 to feed into the last one over there, and then we can have another 300 come into this one, have the other half of the 120 split off into the last one. It's basically a 1 to 60 type thing, so 60, 120, 240, 300 right there, another 60. Then the last one is only 5 because it only has the 1 pipe. Theoretically, we could expand it a little bit if we ever need to expand if we ever produce more oil in the future from it. But now it's time to connect all the pipes. So I should actually, been meaning to do this for a while, but been meaning to change the number 7 to be the pipes, because I don't really use this stand part So I'll have the first 300 belt come in about here. Let's see, I should have it set to the straight mode. There we go. And I do need some space before I go in the water. So I should do it about there. That should work. Then I can have this go all the way down here to the final one and curve in. I am going to set up the stackable pipeline to be on the same spot here at least. And then that one should work. So let's get the other pipe attached in. Well, let's see. Don't need that. So 300, 120. 301 I'll have continue straight ahead there. This will need a stackable pole. So you will also connect to that stackable pole right there. It didn't connect to the other side yet. Okay. And then we can line up with this one. Open. That'll work. Okay, pretty good. Nice. I think it's a little crooked, but it works. And that one will feed over to that one. That's gonna bother me, actually. See, can I get you to just go straight? Nope. Come on. Oop. Didn't mean for you to go up there. Just need you to come straight. So it's easier for me to see that. And it also told me it was lined up. There we go. Okay. That should be the crookedness solved. Yep. And then we can attach the final bit into there. Of course, I still need to split these. It's the 7 button. I don't know what you're doing. Now, I believe if I set this to be fuel, that's residual fuel. Oh. Oh, okay. So we'll be turning the crude oil into those byproducts of fuel and, what's it called? Resin. Polymer resin. I am curious, though, because I did unlock this guy. It'll create 40 and 40 heavy residue will create less than 40 fuel. So that's and to make the heavy residue, it's 30 oil as opposed to 60. 60, 40, or 30 to 10 to 40. Yeah, I think that's a little worse. So we'll use that recipe. I think I can do a Control C. So I copy the settings of that. And I can come over to this one and give that one that one. So if I come up here, just Control V to all of them, it should set up the crafting recipe? No? See, you were set already. Okay, so here's one to test it out. There we go. Okay, so now it's working. So all that should be piped up. Now to work on the other. Let's see, we did just 6 out of 17, so that's like another 12 or so. Possibly 11. Yep, 11, I think. Nope, I copied, not posted. So, Control V. It's kind of a little hard to move and hit Control V at the same time. Okay. Now it's time to set up this pipe. So let me get out the pipe. So you'll come this way. And where exactly do I put that one? It looks to be about the middle. But I think it's a little to the left. Yeah, it was a little to the left, so let's see. Yeah, that's about where I did it. And then just to make sure I lined it up with this one. That makes the pipe too long though, so I should... Not the middle, one less than the middle. If I did that right. Yep. Okay, then I just need to scoot that forward. Okay, that's lined up correctly. And you have you come back all the way to there. Of course, I need to set up the stackable pipeline. I'm gonna have to see if I can line that one up. Okay, let's see, where did I have this combined to, or get held up at? Right around where the stretchy part is? That's not on this one. So let's see. Right on that line, essentially. So I think it's about right there. So we can connect the pipe and feed that down there. And I need to use the junction. I just realized I should have been using the T-junction. So I'll have to go do that on the other ones. Now it's lined up with the stretchy part. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can just replace it with the T. Or will it not like that? It does not like that. Nope. Don't want to delete that pipe. Okay. So now I can get the T. that's all fixed. So that's every single pipe except for the last 300. So let's get this guy fed over there. Probably get him to line up with this guy. As long as he's going straight. Okay. Nope, that's not right. There we go. No, I believe we lined it up there. I believe that's the same spot. Yeah, okay. That was the same spot. So for this one, we can just go straight into there and just bring out the T junctions. And then we can just connect the pipes up. And the good thing about this is I don't think I need to pump it because I'm not going up. Okay, so that's all the input. Now, I kind of have a plan. I'm going to put this all inside like a box or something. Let's make this from a 3 to a 2 to a 3. Can be like a maintenance walk area. So I'll just have that build off. Once I unlock the geysers, geothermal generators, I think is what they're called, I can get some extra wattage from there. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna create like a little base with the walls. Should I? No, those are conveyor walls. We can do windows. How does this look? Oh, that requires cilia. Will this require? All of this window ones will require cilia. I'm gonna have to go grab those. But I can, like, make a little box. And then everything can go on top of the box. Let's try something like that. So let me just build a basic wall upwards. Oh, should put it about 3 high. Then I can do the foundations. For the fuel, I'm probably gonna have to pump it up. Let's just see. That's fine. I'm going to build here. I think that it's not too bad. Just in my opinion. Yeah, I'm liking this. It's too close. Yeah. And then I'll have probably that build across. And then I can have the pipes pump onto one side and the items onto another and send them on their individual ways. So it doesn't really work on that side. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Oh, where'd you go? Yep. Gotta wait on concrete to return. But yeah, and that way I can pump the. Oh, I could possibly. Well, let me see. It's a 60 to 40 for each. So if we're putting in on this entire row 360, just to give an estimate, then 360 is turning into 40 per minute, so 40 times 6 is 240, so that can all go into one pipe that can then pump up. Ooh. I wonder if I could have this do a little movement up, then come this way and then get pumped up. Or I'll have all the pipes come out a little bit and then they'll come over and go up while the items will just go straight up and through the hole in the floor. Yeah, I like that. So let's just get like a concept design for it. So I'm gonna do 7. Do a horizontal vertical. Is that far enough away? I say that's far enough away. I do need to design this properly though. But I'll probably just do it in the middle here. So the middle of the lane. This would work right. There we go. So theoretically, we can say this will end up with where are those things? Organization. There we go. This will end up with 240 oil. So that will come out with 240. I'm gonna see if I can do one more fix to this. Nice, I like that. And then I can have it go down the line. And this is supposed to be 3 wide. So we can have pipes on one side and then the items can go on the other. If the items come up through here, then they'll need to merge over this way, come all the way further out to the further layers and go off to be used. I can put the burners over here and the crafting items over here. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So I'll continue setting up this layout, wait for some resources to come through the dimensional port, maybe grab some cilia for the glass, and I'll be back. Quite a few things done while I was waiting to build more foundations for the depot to drop off stuff. I got most of this designed and set up. First things first is I colored all these ones black to symbolize the oil that will go through it. And then I set all these to orange because the fuel is orange or depicted as orange. And so they'll all merge into one, flow up here, and get pumped up here. I put the pump there just in case, and we'll power that. The resin, I decided to have it come up here through the floor hole, and then it comes across this opening, which I thought was kind of cool. Hoping to find something that I can use to like have as like floor glass. So I'll have to look for that. And then it'll come over here. And right now it's gonna stop right here. I did the math. We got 240 coming out on this one. Not oil. I should change the icon to be just fuel. If I can find the just fuel. There we go. Fuel. Select icon. There we go. Copy. This one's also 240. We can just paste that down to change. Did not. Why did it not change? Copy. Paste. There we go. And the resin, these two give off 180 resin. And this one gives off 150 because of its one's shorter. And this one will give off 200 fuel. So I plan on having the fuel come down here. Some of it's going to get diverted somewhere else to become packaged fuel. The rest is going to come off in here and become a huge power plant. And then over here is where I plan on making all the constructors and stuff. So I need to get these guys to come up here. And because they're at 150, which is above the 120 limit, I'm going to be using Mark III stuff for the belts. I need to get the one more over here. There we go. That's a cool lineup tool. So I should probably move it further. It's the max it can go on the detector. See if I get... What? Can it not go down? Or do I have to start it going down? Definitely does not line up there. So it doesn't do it that way, I guess. Okay, so if I want it to be over there, I'm gonna need to move this. To make sure that is Mark III. Okay, I'm gonna do similar stuff to these ones as we go. That way we can just get all the resources over here. Meanwhile, we have the 150 to do with, and let me just pull up my image I took. So let's see. The 150 will be mostly going towards making fabric. So let's have the fabric be here. I might need to expand this a little bit. Okay. So if it comes, it's gonna come down around here. So I can build the, well, let's see. I get, I want to get the conveyor lift. Nope. So I'm going to need to do the Mark III to like there. Now I can use the lift. And that will go there. So then the six refineries, I think, again. Looks to be like 6 refineries. If I remember where they were. Okay, refinery. These things are huge. I should actually have it designed to face inward. So I might have to change some design aspects. So I'll actually just put 6 of them like this. And I'm out of steel pipe again. Okay, so I got 2 down. I have to send some this way. Some this way. Should be fine with water if I build this way. Let's see. Yeah, so I can probably fit a couple of pipes in there. But the main issue is getting the water. So one side might look better than the other. These guys, however, need to be able to sit on this guy. Or I'm gonna have to build to them. There we go. There we go. Yeah, gonna have to see how we can do with that. If I instead have the water get just pulled from here, go through the middle, and then brought. Maybe I can do it that way. So yeah, I'll go get the steel pipes I need. And maybe change up some of this design right there. Get it probably closer so I can move the stuff. So then it can come this way and go down the middle and go into its respective stuff. Then water pipes can travel along on top and fill into where they need to go. Okay, so we'll go do that. Let me go get those pipes I need and I'll be back. Okay, I got a somewhat working layout here. I have the fabric ones over here, the rubbers over here, and those final 3 are for the plastic. Now, I did check out the recipes and found that I don't have the fabric recipe yet for this. When I tried to configure it, it wasn't there. So I remember seeing something in the MAM, and I see on mycelia I need to unlock it, which first requires polymer. So I plan on activating like one of these and having it run a little bit and have the extra polymer go into a chest for me to just grab from real quick, and then I can unlock the fabric before turning on the rest. Now I got most of this set up, at least with this part. I need to get the other 2 done. So let's get this. Let's see, you are supposed to be straight. And then I can get the conveyor lift. Let's have you go that way. And have you connect like that. Have you connect. Let's have possibly just go straight ahead. See, I need a little bit of space for the splitter. I'll go there, and then that can go there. Yeah, that should line up pretty good. So I need to have 20 come off of this line and go onto this 150 line. So a splitter there. Okay, that should work. Let's see. Then I can attach on the lift. I want to move it closer. Can I do something with this? I meant to hit F. There we go. Okay, so I meant to hit H. So lock it in place. That just curves it. I wonder. Nope. Okay, let's try curve. Default. Default does it. That's not what I wanted. Okay, now I just need to turn you to the Mark III, and you need to drop down. There we go. Now, the rest of you is going to go towards... Yeah, I'm splitting 20 off. So the rest of the 160, because this one initially has 180, it's going to take 20 off to become 160. So I'm going to just have this one shoot all the way past if I can. So that whole thing is not going to work. So let me get back up there. So too close for that. So if we bring it a little further away. There we go. So let's see, you have a stand right there. Straight mode. That's looking good. And the rest of you is going to come over to here. Just barely, not long enough. So let's get you to there. And you can just curve into there. I'm going to change things the belts as I go along. Okay. So now we need to get the next 180 group over, and I'm going to send 10 over from this. This is going to have more than required. So if I turn this into a smart splitter, oh, you can't replace that? Okay. So I'm gonna just make this a smart splitter. Why won't you line up correctly? There we go. I think that was where it was. So I'm gonna put this as a smart splitter with this left side set to overflow. I'm just kind of guessing on how that's going to work. Basically, I'm going to configure the plastic to exactly need the amount it requires. And so, because there's going to be too much, it's going to send this slight extra through here. That's just really a guess. Still above 120, so I need the Mark III. Let me see. This takes, oh, I can't even see that one. That's right. So this one will shoot all the way down to here. Okay. So each one of these requires 20 plastic. $20, $40, $60. It's kind of weird how it only requires that much for 160 polymer. 60 per minute. That makes more sense. I was looking at the water. 60, 120, 150, so or 180. Is it 180? Something like that. No, because this one's going to be reduced, so it's going to only require 170. This one needs to be set to 5.6, which is 0.83. Basically, I need, let's see, that's 20, 40, 60. And I need to make 56, so it's 20, 40. So I need to make 56.67 plastic a minute. So we're got divide by 20 times 3. Nope. So minus 20. There we go. And then minus another 20. 1667. So I need to have this produce 16.67. And no, that's not a 6-7 joke. So we got all the plastic configured. You're only going to need 20 a minute or 50 a minute. So at most you need the Mark 1. You'll need the Mark 1 for your 60 a minute. And you are also going to be a Mark 1 for your 60 a minute. So that, yeah, that should be 170. And then, so to get that 170, because we're sending 20 over to become part of this one, that one is going to have to deliver 10 because our rubber only requires 170 if I configure it correctly. So let's go grab this guy. I need to do it like that. I'm going to do it like that because he needs to curve out anyway. Connect him like that. Okay, and then bring this over here. Let's It's not really where I wanted it. So this setup works right here. I think that's enough room for everything. Just slightly too long again. So close to having a perfect belt. Okay, so let's... Why won't you straighten? Are you kidding me? You're literally... Okay. Let's see if this fixes that. Nope, same issue. Okay, let's get default set. Now we should be able to go back to straight. There we go. Again, we're going to need to put on splitters. Let's see, this one will be good enough to set up. Go like that, and there we go. Now, let's do the math. If we come down with 170, well, hold on. If I should set up this thing. So similar to how we did it before, we're going to have a merger here, and it's very close to each other. Let me try. This is just a kind of a test to see if it would work. Belt turns too sharply. I'm gonna try another thing. there's already the splitter and stuff up there, so I didn't want to mess with that. So let's see, another mark. But instead of facing that way, we'll have them face this way. So that way you can come straight this way. That'll work. So we got the merger there, we get the smart splitter here. And set this to overflow. Nope. Overflow. Okay. So the left will be overflow. It will send the extra 10 once this all backs up onto this, which will then send it down to be turned into the plastic. So let's do the math after I get these guys set up as their proper mark levels. Okay, so we start off at 170. Each one of these takes 40. So 170 minus 40 is 130. That's still above the Mark II threshold, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 130 is above the Mark II threshold. So then we get it down by another 40. And now we're at 90, which is within the Mark II threshold. What is that? That's something weird. Okay. So I was gonna put the Mark II here. And yeah. So we got the down to 130, down to 90. So 130 down to 90 to here. We get another 40 brought into there, which means this can become a Mark I because that will be under 60. Another 30. Wait, that doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like my thing is saying. Each of you requires 40 a minute. 40 times 4 is 160, which leaves another 10, which is what this was. So 170 minus 40 minus 40. So we're down to 90 on this one. Minus 40. We're down to 50 over to here. And minus another 40 and we get the leftover 10. Okay. Yes. This is all correct. Okay, I think I've got the belt all set up correctly. Now we gotta deal with the outputs and the water. So the water, we can probably just set up the machines right here. See if I can get the water extractors. Okay, according to my modular, we need 4 water extractors because each one of these only takes a cup of water. Oh, yeah, this one takes 10. It usually takes 40. This one will take, don't know yet. That one will take 20, and each one of these makes 120, so it's pretty neat. So I need to send 170 to the fabric and 170 to the rubber, but only 56.67 to the plastic. So let's get the water extractors set up. I'm gonna set them up starting around here. Okay, we got that there. Got that one there. And that one there. So let me build a couple more platforms. Of course it... Where? Hello? There you are. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to limit... Wait. I only made 3. I should make a 4th one. Which I will probably place like around here. Okay, each one of these makes 120, if not overclocked. So I'll need to set up a pipe system right here. I'm hoping by it not being too high, this should be fine. And then I'm going to see if I can get the T pipeline. It won't automatically line up. Alright, it kind of does. Or it did. Let's see what... Oh, there we go. I found the lineup line. So let's see, if I do that, nope, auto could work. Okay. So let me just set up a bunch of these guys. It would be more helpful in helping me line up. Ah, wrong angle. There we go. There we go. Now this one is on an angle pipe, so let's stop that. Don't destroy that refinery, please. So you're about there, so this should be fine. That way we can set up another T. To get another pipe there. Okay, so first is probably to attach this pipe here. Okay, that should work. But I don't like how it travels out like that. Let's see if getting straight would work. It would want to go up. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so we need to get it to 170. Once again, once I get the rubber, I can actually control the flow. So let's get another one attached in. This one, I'm probably going to give it a, well, yeah, that one I'm going to split between two. So that one, I'll figure out how to get that one over to there. And then that one will fill in the rest for there, which actually it just needs to be restricted to produce the 56, 67. $56, 57, or is it? Yeah, 67, not 57. Okay, so here, have it come this way. I was about to click it because I liked how it was angled. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna have it go up a little, not too much now that I'm not going over the splitters. And then I just need it to go straight ahead a bit. I probably might have wanted to put that further. That could work. I just want to be on the safe side. So, hello? That was weird. So I need the T. This is the reduced one, but it shouldn't matter. So let's get you attached in. There we go. Okay, so that means we just need that one to boost these two up to 170, which is boosting it by 50 each. So technically that only means this one needs to go to 100. Just a thought. But for first we'll work on getting this guy set up. I'm thinking about maybe stacking that. Yeah, those are a little closer, so if I do a stackable pipeline end I need to have it further in, like here. Yeah. See if I can get this to line up. I don't want it on soup mode. God. So then page up to get it to go up higher. Anything I can put down? It's like it's not there. Okay, so we can attach that pipe in. Says player in the way was the only thing wrong with this. And if that works, that'll work. Nice. Okay, so with that, I can just bring it straight ahead over here. And let's see. This is right where the water is. With that, so if I bring it here, that interferes with that. Okay. Ooh. Yes, that will work. Nice. Okay, so now I just need to put the T-junction. There. Now comes the part where we attach all these guys with auto. That works for me. Okay, and then this one is the booster for the other two. So I'm going to have this as a T junction there. And this is going to be a T junction basically across the way. So that I can put a pipeline junction here. And that way this one can pump to the other. And once I get the other thing set up, it can properly work. So each one produces 120, we need 170, which means each one needs 50. So this one doesn't need to be 120, I'll set that one to 100. Okay. Now that's set for the water, and that would be all of the inputs, if I set it up correctly. So now we have to deal with the outputs. And I can't seem to get rid of these, I don't think. They're not even cuttable. Can I blow them up? Yes or no? Nope, they can't get blown up. Okay, so these things should only have rubber coming out, so that doesn't. That means we don't have to worry about any of the liquid. Each one that's coming out is going to be 20, with a final one being 5. So that's 20, 40, 60, 85, which means by the end we need at least a Mark II. And because it's basically the end of the line, I'm going to just have it get sent to some industrial storages. Let's see. I've seen some videos where they like get stacked, but I want to see if I can create that. So let's go with 3 tall. And then at the very end, it will come down into this awesome sink. It's so tall it's clipping with the roof. Okay, so it can't go there. So I'll put it like right here. Yes, because my usual way is to use a smart splitter. So let's see. If I line up the smart splitter early, like that, then this can just go over into there. And that guy can go in there. And that one at the far end can make it. So let's get the mergers attached in. And like I said before, they're doing 20 a minute, so Mark 1s are only required for that. Okay, so let's see. We're getting 20, and then this one's like 5. Yeah, so 25, 45, 65. So that means this guy needs to become a Mark II. And this guy will also become a Mark II, as it will become 85. And just to be a... Yeah, I should also set that to that. So overflow will go to there, into the awesome sink. I might change some things so that way there's a merger here and then it can all feed into there or something, or I might just build one over at the others. But let me just go make the others and I'll be back. I got the fabric all output set up. I'm gonna have to change some of things once I get the actual recipe. Right now, though, I'm going to set up a constructor for the next part of the factory, which is 5 for me. We probably gonna need to do like a little foundation pop out like that. Maybe one more. And then the constructor. This should be good enough. So I can have a splitter. So I should send this to be straight ahead first. That way I can set up the splitter, which I keep forgetting is number 9. let's see. We want to craft. I don't. Oh, that's right. I need to unlock fluid packaging first. In order to get that recipe. So. Then once that is done, I'm gonna create another one of those towers. I should set up a blueprint for this system right here. Nope, I missed. And then one more. Nice. Okay, so then I can send the stuff in there. And because this one's a Mark 1, a requirement, since I'm only making about 5 of these. 5 of these per. I'm just kind of creating a backup of these for now. And then once I get the system up and running, some of it will head over to be used for the fuel packaging. So I'll have to get that set up once I unlock those. Okay. I also built one for the fabric right here. The normal plastic also needs its own storage tower. So let's build that one. Just right here, I guess. So 8. Double. Is it all facing the same direction? Before it was swapping, but now it's telling me it's not swapping. Okay, that one swapped. So we'll enter on this side. That's gonna bother me. Go right there. And get the splitter again. Put it in the middle here. And into that it goes. Okay. So we got that all set up. I do need to merge these into one. I should scoot this forward actually, so that it was. Oh, I guess I changed it by accident. Could be in logistics. There we go. And the merger. Okay, so that should all be set up. Now we need to work on fuel. So I'm gonna have these 3 pipes just come straight down and go into their respective fuel sections. So we got 2 240s on the left 2, and then we got a 200 on the inner side, I believe. Oh, come on. Almost made it. Okay, yeah, a 200 on this one and a 240 on these. So the 240s require 12. And we will be taking a few for the packager, which I'll be taking out of the smaller one on the left. So I'll have that one have like a split somewhere or other. So let's get these guys down. I want this to be in the horizontal to vertical that I just skipped. And that work? Too far away. Let's have this straight ahead. There we go. No. No. See, this one will probably go the farthest. So for now, I'll just send that guy to there. There we go. This guy will be a little shorter. For now, I'll put him to there. And this guy is going to come here. And he's going to be the shortest, so I'm going to put him there. Okay. Now, to fill it up for the packager, I'm going to have... Let's see, you can put a packager there maybe, depending on its size, or maybe there. But I'll have this. Oh, cool. I'll have this probably go about there. But I need to get the packager building in order to do the packagers. So I should see how big the power is, which I actually have not unlocked yet. I've not unlocked it. Okay, so I'm gonna just do like a minute or so of running probably this guy, since he's feeding the rubber. And then I was wanting to get some extra, and some of that extra will come over here. So I'm gonna put a chest or a storage container right there, right there. So the extra that comes off the one I run can go in there and we can unlock stuff. So let's see. I do need to wire everything up. We already have the power right there. Just put it right here in the middle for now. Okay. I'm gonna have you go to there. You're gonna keep straight till about here. Or am I gonna clip a wire? Nope, wire's gonna be fine. So that one will power all of those, or help to power all of those. This guy will power those guys. This one I'm gonna have to move a little to the side. And this one will power these. And that will be all for those. So then I'm gonna have to send power down here. So let's have it come into here before it drops down. Okay. This guy I'll set up. See, that's 1, 2, 3 in, so about there. Well, this guy will come to about here. This guy will come all the way over here. And this guy will power all the water. I want to put in power switches, kind of. But I'll probably redesign it for that. Okay, all but those guys have power. Oh yeah, I need to set the awesome sink over here. So I'll put the awesome sink right there. So that way your overflow and your overflow if you back up, you'll just turn into this guy's overflow. So then let's get the merger placed right in front of this guy. Overflow. We'll go into here. I should make these Mark 3s just to be safe. And wouldn't do good to make that not a Mark 3 as well. Okay. And then you're gonna need power. That's not where I was aiming. Here we go. Okay, so rubber is the only thing that's powered at the moment. Gotta connect the water pumps. And that's for the first one. And then get these guys powered up. The others I'll work on at a different time, once I get the stuff unlocked. Okay, I think all these guys are set. So I should turn on the oil pipe, though before that, because there's so many pipes and stuff, I want to... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Okay, I need a blue. Let's get a blue. Can try for shiny. That's not what it was. Does that work? That'll work. And just gonna get all these pipes blue. And if you're wondering about that crash site, I'm waiting for probably some better gear before I go after that, because every single time I go near that thing just to try, I almost die, because it's got like one of those plasma spitters. That guy's hard to kill, and that's sort of hard to kill, especially when there's two of them. I can't run up to one without the other one constantly attacking me, and those bugs hurt. I think we got all these pipes over here, so we just gotta finish up these. There we go. Thought maybe by clicking the cable I accidentally set up the power cable thing to be. Yeah. Now, if I plug these guys in, wait, that one's not needed. I need at least these two. And this is the rubber, so I'll get some rubber, which is needed to unlock some other stuff and build the valves. Okay, so actually I should watch to make sure the water's coming through on this. Here we do have water. My worry is about the head lift, which it's not too much. It might be flowing down there first. And it's filling up that one too. Yeah, this one's kind of filling up, so it might take a little bit. This guy's extending. That one too. Same. This guy hasn't yet. Just to double check. Okay, this guy's getting some water. And almost no flow. Probably because it's trying to fill up that guy too. Maybe I should turn on that third one. Yeah, might as well just turn on all of the water pipes. They'll stop automatically. And I've yet to break my production capacity on at least max consumption. Okay, that guy's filling. Okay, that guy's same with that guy. This is the last one I need to see extending. It does have some water. There we go. Okay, so it is working. So let's get the first oil set up. Now let's see, this one, we don't even have to run it at full efficiency, to be honest. So it's just waiting on the oil, and the oil pipe that it's connected to is this one, which is boosted by a normal, but is a pure. So let's just connect the pure. Yeah, let's just connect the pure. So that guy will flow into that guy. I'll turn on both then. So we get both of them connected, so they should be both getting the oil. Yep. fill in with the oil, which I found out that the inner part here is the liquid that's inside. So it's black because it's got oil in there. If it's blue, it's got water, so on and so forth for all the liquids. Okay, these guys getting flow. Oh, this guy filled up. So that guy's filling up. So we're making the fuel. Nice. Okay. So now I need to go check out the top, make sure the resin's flowing. That is not the right type. Please tell me you're a Mark III. Okay, you are a Mark III. You are not a Mark III. You are. You are, okay, yeah. So we got polymer resin flowing. And we should have fuel also flowing. I did connect the water pipe, or the pump. I thought I did. I might have plugged in the wrong one. But that's, okay. Oh, it didn't even connect. Nope. Need to connect this pump. Okay, start pumping. There should be some head lift, I think. It only creates 4 milliliters. This guy's full. Are you flowing backwards? No, you're all going full. You just don't have the pressure? I would think you'd have a little bit of pressure there. Oh, there we go. And now we got the pump. Okay, so the pump's at a good height. Oh, that fluid changes too, I think, to match the liquid. That is cool. So I do think we got flow. I'll double check on that to see if it's working. That's filling up. Of course it will stop once I get once it reaches the end. But yep. Okay, it's working. So we got the polymer heading over. We already got the water. So you are making the rubber. Is the last one making rubber? It is. Nice. Okay. So we got rubber, which I what the heck? You are a center, which is Annie. Right should be Annie. You should be none. That's why you were going to. Okay. Gotta go fix that over here. Though it's not really too big of an issue. None. Overflow. No. Center is Annie. Left output is none. Right is overflow. Okay, so that one's correct. So we got the polymer flowing in. Nice. So theoretically, once it starts producing the full amount, hopefully we'll start getting some polymer in there. I mean, oh, I set the splitter to have for overflow. Shouldn't this thing be running faster then? Well, that's right, it needs to back up. Right now it's at 12. It's taking 4 per. So it makes 2 extra for every crafting it does. If I get the middle one on mine, I'll also get polymer. I mean, oil's there, but this pipe leads to the, this one leads to the plastic, and the first one leads to the fabric. Yes. No? Maybe so? Wait a minute. This is the 150 line. And the 150 line should be going to make fabric. Okay, so that is correct. The 150 line is the one going towards the fabric. So, I mean, we can get plastic up and running. How's the power grid? We're kind of breaknecking it. Okay, so... get these guys powered. And then I need to get the pump powered. Which... there we go. So then it should build up in there, the pump should turn on, and the rest of the facility should turn on. Oh, we're already got polymer going in. Nice. Just realized I'm gonna have to flush the pipes because it's not going anywhere. Okay, so full pipe network, flush. So I'm gonna have to do that a couple times just to keep the polymer resin running, I think. Just to... there we go. Okay. So we should have polymer running in all of them. And until I get the power plant online, which I need to unlock, we can get power. And why are you backing up? Because... yeah. Okay. You should be running, but you have no power because I didn't connect the power. I should have connected the power. There we go. Now you should be making the plastic. There we go. We got the plastic out. Some will make the container, but since that, for one, needs power. And two, don't have the recipe for it yet. I need to get that done. I don't have fabric on me, so I'm gonna have to go get fabric. So I don't need the MAM that's up here, since I'll be heading back anyway. Nice. That's the normal splitter, so... yep, there we go. I don't know how much polymer resin, so I'm just gonna have it run for a little bit. And then go unlock stuff. Okay, as you can see, I got a lot of the plastic and the rubber, so I can put that in, put in the last bits of the copper sheets, and then we got the packaging system unlocked. I want to get the petroleum
Milestone
power
reached.
unlocked
Avoid
next.
the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Okay. While the pod is away, I'm gonna grab the fabric I did handcraft and research the fabric recipe. So that's 2 of the 3 things we need.
Research completed. Polyester fabric recipe unlocked. Using polyethylene terephthalate, production of a lightweight and strong fabric can be automated. It has many of the properties of naturally sourced fabric, and also amplifies body odor.
Okay. So we got that unlocked. Now we're just waiting for the pod to return so we can unlock the power before heading over there and finishing up that. So I'll be back when the pod returns. Okay, the pod returns, so now we can drop off all this stuff. Okay, and then we need the 100 motors, which I can grab some out of here because the dimensional depot I have set up for it to help out with building these oil facilities and such. Okay, we got that done.
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but
Okay,
don't tell the
wire.
others I said that. It would be bad for morale.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the rest of this rubber, plastic, and polymer in there, at least for now. If I need to, I can get some more. Just gonna quickly look at the fuel generator to see its recipe. It does require rubber, so I should actually grab some of this rubber. Okay. So then it needs the motors, which I'm gaining back, quick wire, which I have automated, delivery, and the sheets. I should probably grab more of the encased industrial beams. That should do. Okay, let me return and we can finish up that oil power plant. Okay, back at the place, making the fabric, which I can actually copy and then paste, 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 just to be sure it's not. I might have accidentally hit Control C. Make sure. They're all showing the fabric one. Oh. Okay, and then that's the plastic. Just to be sure, I'm making the exact amount I need. I need to make sure my output is 170, so I need to make sure my output is 5 and 23, which is why I have 6. If each one makes 30, so let's see, 170 minus that was 30 times 5, I believe. So that leaves 20 left on the final one, which is this one right here. And that percent looks right for my modeler. And now we just need to attach the power. And let's see, that one's filled. Here we go. One right there, on that right there. Okay, all of them should be plugged in with power now. But I have to turn on the power. And this guy's plugged in. I just need to turn him into making the empty canisters. And then I'll have to change around the pipe and get these guys set up. So let me do that real quick and I'll be back. Okay, I got the third row powered up. Now I'm just building this. I'm hoping to get at least 5 here. There we go. So that's 5. Now if I can turn this guy around and line him up. Come on. Then the pipe can just come in here and split in the 2 directions. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so just need two of these. Okay, that should be 10. And I'm going to have to turn off one of them to be about 75%. Let's see. It doesn't say fuel because I haven't connected the fuel. This is for the first pipe that I have here. The one that will end up with 195. So let me get this guy in. I want straight. See if we can get him across all of them. Hopefully, nope. Okay. Because we don't have to worry too much. Okay, this time we're gonna get the 4 splitter junction and line them up for each and every one of these. There we go. Now we just need to connect the pipe. And with that final bit, we can get rid of that end. Okay. And it still doesn't know the fuel because it hasn't either been powered or something like that. Let's get this guy in here. Don't know why it's not a 7. There we go, and get this guy plugged into the next one. I think they're all plugged in except the last 2. Okay. Now this first one, as you remember, powers the fabric. This one will power the other one. Okay, so the other ones require 12 each. So that's 6 on each side. I hope I'm doing this piping correctly, but because I think I am. Need more foundations. Let's see, how much did it take? About 3 each, so that's 6. So I should bring it to about 12. If I can. Oh, there's a Mercer sphere right there with Alien Guard. Let's hope I still have enough plates for all this. Okay, they each take up about 2 spots. Oh, I'm out of concrete. I thought I was going to run out of plates. So while that's happening, let's build the next fuel generator. Okay, it needs to be moved a little that way, there we go. That just lining up, this be the same, except this is going to be 6, which will require more these 4. Yeah, so they're about a 2x2, or maybe it's a 2x2.5. Okay. 5 more concrete. But yeah, you get the idea. I'll be just expanding it for the other 2 pipes, and then I'll be back. Okay, I finished up all the power plants, or the fuel generators. I think I set them all correctly. Made 2 rows of 12s. I believe this is 6. Yeah, that's 6. I did miscount this one, so I fixed it, and now it's a proper 5 and 5 on each side. And then I changed this one to be reduced to 75%, like my modular was wanting. I also connected this pipe over to the packager, and as you can see, I got some of these plastics empty canisters coming through. I kind of want to just take them real quick and have everything start from the beginning. As you can see over here, I connected the other pipe that is going to bring over the 5 liquid per minute, or yeah, the 5 per minute for the fuel, and got the empty canisters made over here and connected as well. So once it runs, we'll be able to get that to work. I believe though, now that I have some rubber, I can create the valve. So I'm gonna put the valve right there and see if I can limit this to the 5. There we go. So it should limit it to only 5, should go through. Over here, I have the water that I need to set up with the valves. Let's see. These also control the direction, so the water from this won't fall back towards there. Does that get repainted? So do I have to like repaint this? Why won't you paint? It is weird. Okay. So I guess putting the valve alters that, and then it can't get painted. Even though I want to. So, gotta paint the valve. Come on. How do I get out? There we go. So this one should be limited down to 50. And this one should be limited down to 50 as well. I think I set that the right direction. Yep, okay. Now, time to do the same for the oil. So this one is the 60, I believe, from the impure. Yeah, it only brings in 60. I can put in the valve to control the direction. That way they don't flow backwards. Where'd my cursor go? There we go. And then I can paint it the same carbon finish that I paint the rest with. So that is correct. Now these I need to set to the 120. It splits into two. So then it becomes 60 on each side. And of course, gotta paint it. And that doesn't get painted because of the valve. But that should be all for those pipes. These will of course all run the correct direction. They have pump. Just to be sure I face this guy the right direction. I believe that's the right direction. So I believe we're ready to turn on everything. I've already connected a bunch of the wires up. I set up the generators to be connected to this wire that goes straight back to the base. It doesn't connect to anything else. The oil processing plant is connected to a switch, and so is this one, and then I have a main switch, so if I need to, I can turn all of them off immediately with just one switch. So I'm going to turn on the oil processing plant first. And then I'm going to turn on the oil and fuel, so the oil should start pumping. I did flush all the pipes just so we could start from the beginning. But you can see this one's starting to pump through. I do plan on making like an observation deck and moving where those switches are, but at the moment I just want to get this running. So they're starting to fill up, should start coming this way. And these things have started producing the resin and fuel. The pipe hasn't, or the pump hasn't started because it needs to build up first. Let's see. No fuel yet, but the polymer resin has started coming over. Should start building up soon. That back there needs to build up, that's why. So it's kind of flowing backwards until it fills up the pipe, then it should come this way. Those ones also seem to have started, and they started pumping early. Earlier than this one, at least. So fuel's coming this way. Sounds like these things are running. There's got no fuel. Those guys have started producing. So this middle one started up faster. Probably because it's connected directly with the 240, 300 maybe. But yeah, these ones are operating. It's gonna be a little jumpy for a while. But once all of them operate, I think it's like 14,000. It went from 7.8 to... Okay, so it's slowly building up. So we'll let this run a little bit. I also set up the fuel canisters to fill up and become fuel, get filled here. The constructor constructs them back there, which it has started because the plastic has started being made. And it will come over here and fill up here and go into the dimensional depot. I did set up a smart splitter here, set to overflow to the right to go into here so we can get rid of that in case it backs up after it goes and fills up all the storages. The dimensional depot is so that I can just grab fuel from wherever and start using that for my jetpack. Okay, I'm hoping, well, this might need to back up first. It might need to back up before it will start pumping over here because of where it's positioned. If not, I can move it over there and then have it slide around here. I just kind of hoped that would work. It is expanding, so it is building up. How's the power grid? Overshot it. Oh, yep. We're starting to generate up to 7,000 as a peak level. 7,600. That's pretty good. We got our first few canisters coming through. But I don't think we have fuel. Yeah, we don't have the fuel yet. And I think I already mentioned this, but the canisters, when they back up, it'll back up the constructor, which will back up the plastic, which will then go into overflow and just enter here anyway, once this fills up too. So let's hope the fuel's starting to come through, it looks like. Just a little bit. Please be filled a little bit. Still waiting on this guy to back up fully. He is filling up slightly. Nice. We do have some reactors that aren't running. I didn't connect them to power. Those last two are connected. Might have to micro adjust some things. We might be consuming the fuel faster than we're making it, even though my numbers were exact. They're not backing up as far as I want them to. And this guy needs to have fuel coming through, but that can only happen once this guy backs up. Which it looks like we're going down and then up. Let's see, we're at 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. We went down one. Going down a few. Oh, we're losing a ton. I might need to restrict some of the power plants just a little. That way we outpace it on fuel. We'll just let that run for a little bit. But just from the couple minutes of it just running here, we can see on the fabric, we've already gotten over 200. Plastic, not as fast, because we only have 3 of those making a few, while these are making a lot more. I'll probably have a dedicated plastic and rubber plant in the future. I know a place up north that I'd like. And then we've already got over 300 rubber just from a couple minutes of operation. This guy's backing up. That's bad. We don't want him to back up. Yeah, you're a little crooked, I guess. Let's have you make 22 a minute. See if that 22 a minute. Let's see if that helps it unclog. If not, I'll add a awesome sink for overflow. I think this guy's doing fine. For now, at least. I can put an awesome sink there and try and see if I can connect all of them. Rubbers seems to be working fine too. It's just the plastic. Actually, plastic's slow. How much are we getting off of this one again? It was 150 plus 20 or something like that. Yeah, we got 150. We have the overflow once it starts overflowing, so we're still only at 150. And so 150 minus the 30, so we're at 120. So that's exactly the Mark II. So the Mark II goes there. This guy's not even plugged in. That's why. There we go. Now this guy should run. So 120 minus 30, that's 190. So that's still a Mark II requirement. And this guy's not plugged in. Did I really not plug in all of them? I thought I did. I did not even plug in this one. What is going on? I only plugged in the first and last one? Wrong side. Okay. So I should be able to bring this back to the 20 a minute. Let's see. 150 becomes 120. So this is the Mark II. And then 120 becomes 90. So it needs another Mark II. Yeah. 150, 120, 90. I'm just going to make this a Mark II. So that way this would become 60, 30, or the 20, depending on the number. Just to keep it from backing up, I'm gonna bring it back to the 22 a minute. I'd have to change that in the future. What the heck? 22 a minute. Water flow good. I think water flow is good. Man, we made a lot of fabric with just a few of them running. Now we're making a lot more. Nice. Looks like rubber's still running good. Still not backed up enough. See, this guy I brought down to 75. I'll bring this guy. Well, we gotta consume as fast as we're making, or else it backs up. And we're supposed to have an extra 5 coming this way. Oh, looks like there's some. But I don't think we've made a single one. Yeah. So I'm gonna watch this for a little bit, maybe head over back to the base to unlock some of the logistics and stuff. Because our next milestone is Logistics Mark IV. And then I'll come back and check it out. So let's return. Return to base, and I did improve Jeff's little house, gave it a floor. Now the walls are perfectly fine. Oh, nice. Some plastic. Thanks, Jeff. And then we can come over here and unlock Logistics 4. I need to grab more of the modular frames. I at least have 100 in the dimensional depot. But I have more in the chest over here. Or a storage container. So we need about 300 more, so that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then that should be the final amount. There we go. And Mark 4
Milestone
unlocked.
reached. The
Mark 4 of
transportation
these
of
and fluid
resources
trucks
can reach new heights of
and
efficiency
truck paths.
with the Mark 4 belts
With the
and
normal
lifts,
truck.
the truck, but even more
Which
importantly, your effort. Handling a large and
possibly
complicated
replace
vehicle like the
the
truck
tractor
should come
with.
easy to a well-trained pioneer such as you. They are an obvious improvement over tractors concerning industrial purposes. Improvements for personal use were not measured.
Okay, just looking at what to unlock next. I need to make the heavy modular frames in order to get the upgraded pipes and stuff. So this will probably be the next thing to unlock. Which, oh yeah, we have to wait. Have to wait and go gather the resources. I think we're still waiting on the pipes to start backing up, if they haven't already. Oh cool, they started backing up. Let's see how the stators are doing. How's this guy actually doing? Still 120 items per minute? Okay. We're gonna have to improve that. But the stators are made down here. Oh, he's backed up. Cool. So now the only thing that's making the reason why the stators are being made is to fill up this chest, which I don't know if I'll actually need it in the future. We'll have to see. And then up here, we're making the motors. But I think I set up a split. Nope, it just goes into the dimensional depot after it goes through storage, which I've actually been using a lot of the motors on building the oil machines and stuff, so it's a little behind. These guys are still working at full capacity, I see, except the rods, extra rods aren't going into the awesome sink like the other stuff is. So I should, let's see. No, it is. At least it's connected to do that. That's a merger. There is backup on you. Left is overflow. Center is Annie. Right is none. There is overflow. So why aren't you splitting? I mean, you went straight. Let's try that again. Let's get a smart splitter. And set you to overflow on the left. There we go. We finally got the overflow going, so now these things won't back up, so then the iron won't back up. Theoretically. And then we'll get some more points as it comes through. Okay, so that's all fixed. These screws, I don't think I set up overflow on screws, but I should. Get a merger. Just attach it right there. Smart splitter. I wanted to get you up higher though. Oh well. I'll fix that at some point. Then it should come over here. And go into there. I'll upgrade this to a Mark II. Which, that needs to also become a Mark II. That should become a Mark II. There we go. Can I configure you? No, I put down a normal splitter, not a conveyor, smart splitter. Let's see if this new position will do better belt-wise. There we go. So now, everything should go to the straight. And then overflow will go to the left. So when there's overflow, it sends the overflow, and there's no backup. Okay, that's all fixed. Concrete's always been running good. I want to set up overflow to awesome sinks over here, but that would be too much. And plus, by having these stop, saves on some power. I'm gonna head back to the, well, I think, yeah, it returns, so let's start putting some stuff in the next milestone, which is the next items that I need to create. I'm going to need to grab some more. I need 200 modular frames. The cable, though, I can have 400 of it just directly right here that I can put in. Motors, I'd have to go over and grab those. But I was just over there. So let's see, we need about 200, so that should be enough. I'm gonna have to go grab the plastic from the other place too. And I should have a container full of cable over here I can just grab from. Let's see. Yes. I did plan on putting some stuff into the awesome sink, such as these containers here. Might as well just get rid of the fabric and let it get built, stored over there. I did have some mycelia I got from destroying some wildlife that I want to put in here. Oh yeah, Jeff got me aluminum casings. So I put those in there. I got 4 Mercer spheres and 7 summer sloops, but I have to do some research before I use those. And I'm gonna put the rest of my leaves and wood in here that are in my inventory. I also disconnected the dimensional storage from it now that I no longer need them. Because I have a new fuel source that should be coming in if it started backing up, which it doesn't look like. So let's go figure that out. Okay, I'm back at the power plant facility. And can't tell for sure. Okay, they are working. So all these are running. Every single one of them seems to be running smoothly. Let's see. We are making 11,000 comfortably. Nice. Now, let's see. Still no backup flow. Okay. So I'm just going to reduce it slightly to hopefully get it back up. So at 75% there, I'm going to turn this one to a 98. Let's see how a 98% goes. See if this guy even starts backing up. Making it to about 2.5 before being shot down. If he gets it to 2.6, okay, so he is starting to back up. So the more it backs up, the more we can have going. How's this guy doing? He's at the max 50. The question is this guy backing up? It is. Kind of. I think they're all starting to back up. Once it backs up more, I might turn that back to 100%. We'll see. I just want to see this guy start working. Electric car is full to fuel to back up. So I'll wait up here for the fuel to back up and see if any changes happen. I managed to get it packaging. It might be speeding up as it goes along. Let's see. It's actually quite built up back here. Let's see if, but the flow rate's at 4. Let's see if I get it to 7. Speeds up to 7. Nice. Okay. So then that's at 7. 7. So we should be getting packaged fuel now. Of course, it has to go through the entire assembly line. There we go. Nice. So if I open up here, I should have packaged fuel. Nice. In order to get it to do that, I basically just turned off all of these guys to 98%. That way it would back up into the fuel pipes while still generating a good amount of power. This one, of course, is still at the 75%, but everyone else is like at 98 or something like that. This guy's at straight at 90. But, well, let's see if I can get us to exactly around 11 megawatts. So if I get that to 1, there we go. We're basically at exactly 11,000 megawatts of extra power that we can use for future constructions. And we also got backed up on fabric, so all of it's getting put into the awesome sink. You can see the bottom would be the last one that fills up, and this one's all the way full. The rubber over here, I think, is still taking a little bit. It might be at this level now. Yep, it's on the sink and storage container. I also changed around some of this, so some of the resin will be diverted to the awesome shop or awesome sink, because this stuff was backing up, and if this stuff backs up, fuel production gets reduced and all that. So basically, if this one backs up, it sends it to this one. If this one backs up, it sends it to that middle one right there. And because it gets sent to here, it could cause this one to back up. So no matter what, this one ends up receiving all the backup, kind of. And then it goes down into the smart splitter, which sends it over at the new Mark IV belt over into the awesome shop. I also have the backup fuel connected, as I think I showed before. I think plastic's about to back up. At least the third one. Yep. Third one's getting filled, so I'm just gonna grab a couple of these. I'm also gonna grab some of the rubber. If my thing would allow me to slide fly. There we go. Okay, grab a couple of rubbers. And then I'm gonna head back to base and unlock the next milestone. Okay, got all the plastic. We got all the modular frames. Let's grab some of the more of the cable from the dimensional depot. I just need about 200 more. I can just grab that. The motors. I should have 100 motors in here. But I'll need another 100. So let's go get the cable over here, which is this one on the far side. Need about 200, was it? So we're good on that. That's a little bit the wrong way. I'm gonna come over here. And got the 59 plus what's in the dimensional depot, another 12. So that's about 70. We need about 80, I think. Yeah, so we'll need to wait a little more to get this guy. Yeah, the main thing is the rotor. So I calculated the rotor. If we at least make one every minute on this one, and this one's making 4, so that's 5 a minute total. And this one's 4.8, so this should keep it in constant. Travel. So idle again. Does take time. But everything should head to the dimensional depot because I emptied it. Somebody show up with another 18 all of a sudden, so I think we're good. So let's head over and get industrial manufacturing done. Okay. Last bit of the cable, all of the motors that are needed, and off it goes.
Milestone reached. Manufacturers can receive up to 4 inputs for the production of complex parts, such as computers and heavy modular frames, but most importantly the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly. You are making good progress. The future is starting to look bright.
Yeah, I'm just getting rid of some extra stuff, mainly due to the fact that I get stuff through the dimensional depot, just clear up the inventory a bit, because whenever I disassemble something, I get the resources put into the inventory, and it's not sent back to the depot. So I just toss it in here, because I already have more. Have some packaged fuel, so I want to try that out. That's why I got rid of that. Oh yeah, it lasts longer. Nice. Let's see. Before it was getting pretty high. And now this one That's a little bit higher, nice. To actual fall damage height. 13 minutes for the pod to return? Sheesh. Okay, so I'm gonna have to unlock the train and the pipe upgrades. Probably next time we're gonna be working on getting the heavy modular frames possibly made. If not, we might end up working on getting the computers made, which requires making the circuit boards, which requires plastic and the copper sheets. So I'll have to figure out how to craft that. There's some alternate recipes, but I haven't unlocked them. And they're needed to make the adaptive control unit with the automated wiring. So yeah, good thing I kept that running. Okay, hope you enjoyed the episode today. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.